Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'll be comparing some of my natural contact lenses from OLENS to tell you guys which one I think is the most natural out of all the ones I'm going to mention here. And the way I have actually picked these lenses are based on which one I felt like has a little bit of enlargement, just because I love my enlarging contact lens, but I also featured the one that has the smallest diameter in OLENS. So the maximum diameter, graphic diameter that I've chosen is 13.1 millimeter, which is actually like the bare minimum for me, you know. So that's number one feature. Number two feature is I try to find the contact lens that are very natural or closer to my eye color, because obviously when I think of natural, it means that when I put it on, it matches my eye color or closer to my eye color, which means that even if it has a pattern, you can't really see much of the pattern because it looks very natural looking, if that makes sense. Last but not least is what I mentioned before. You can't see the design, but you sort of see it a little bit. There are some that's really obvious, and when you put on, you can't see anymore. So that's something that I also have in mind. And the last one is also actually taking in some of the comments that you guys have put in terms of asking me, okay, is this one more natural, or this one, or this one, or this one? So I have written down a few that has like the common questions, so I definitely did feature some of the lens in here as well. The way I'm going to do this video is I'm going to actually do it from the least natural to the most natural. But again, bear in mind, this is based on my thought, my review, and also based on my eye color, which is dark brown. So if you guys have lighter eye color from me, you might actually disagree, because obviously there might be some other OLENS contact lens that you guys might find more natural. But again, if you guys have eye color like me, then I hope this video will be helpful for you guys. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have 6 different contact lenses that I want to mention, and I'll just mention them in different order so you guys will know which one I will be talking about. I have Real Ring, which is probably one of their latest one, Tint-I, EyeTeen, Glowy, Scandi, and Spinach. The last one, which is the least natural, and number 6, I would have to say is the Real Ring collection. So this Real Ring collection comes in 2 different colors, brown and grey. The diameter for this one, the graphic diameter, is actually 12.5 millimeter. And I forgot to mention that all of this contact lens, the whole overall diameter is 14.2, but what matters is actually the graphic, which means the one that is the focus, the focal point of the eye. So for this one, it's 12.5 millimeter. So it's not too enlarging, it's not the smallest, but it's like quite in the middle. This one comes in monthly lenses, which means that this costs $29 and only lasts a month. In terms of the design, I would have to say that this apparently was supposed to be the smaller version of the Vivi Ring. Now, I'm not featuring my Vivi Ring here just because it is leaning much more towards the enlarging contact lens, and I don't want to feature in here because you guys would know that I'm very biased to that. But anywho, this states that it's supposed to be the smaller version, and if you guys haven't watched my Real Ring collection, definitely watch that, because I did show you guys comparisons of that with the Vivi Ring, and I have to disagree because I feel like with these 2 colors, you can definitely see the color more, because the focal point is trying to put the pattern on the inner part of the eye, and then the outer part of the eye would be your eye color. And for me, because my eye color is dark brown, I felt like the focal point was more in the middle, and so like the brown is like a very bright brown for me, and the gray is really bright as well, and I feel like it didn't really blend with my eye color, so I feel like it's not natural at all. Then coming up with number 5 is the Glowy contact lens. Now this one comes in 2 different colors, brown and black. The graphic diameter for this is 13.1 millimeter, which is actually bigger than the Real Ring, but I felt like the reason why this is more natural than the Real Ring is because the color for this one is not as abstract or bold as the Real Ring. And in terms of the prices, it comes in monthly and daily as well. So for the monthly is $21 and the daily you get 2 options. So you can get one that is 10 lenses for $21 or 20 lenses for $34. Now in terms of the design, it comes in like this dark edge on the outer part, and then on the upper part you get another darker color, and the bottom part you get that crescent moon, which I absolutely love. It's such a new trendy color last year and this year to have that crescent moon pattern, which is absolutely beautiful. And I felt like this is definitely very natural looking crescent moon compared to the other one that they have, but I felt a cherry moon but this one Glowy is much more natural. And I have to say the one that is the most natural would definitely be the black one for me. I just feel like with this particular contact lens you can definitely see there's 2-tone eye color to it, which means that it's not that natural, because like what kind of eyes actually have like 2 patterns up and down? I mean, there's like some people I know has like 3-tone color, like a blue with a green with a hazel. It's very nice, like it's all blendable. But this one you can definitely see is like crescent moon somewhere in your contact lens, which gives you a little bit of that unnatural look, but also natural at the same time, if that makes sense. And number 4, which will probably surprise you guys, which is the Scandi collection. I'm currently wearing the hazel one at the moment, but anywho, it has a lot of colors. So it has aqua, light gray, olive, gray, and hazel. And in terms of this one, the graphic diameter is 11.9mm, which is actually quite small, but it's not as small as the Spanish one. Now for this one, it comes in monthly and daily as well, and it's the same prices as the Glowy contact lens, but I'll put it up here for you guys because I don't want to go into the same price point again. In terms of the design, if you guys don't know the Scandi, but I'll just quickly go through the Scandi, and I have done the comparisons between the Scandi and the Spanish, like a full-on review as well with like close-up and comparisons. I'll put it up here so you guys can check out. Anywho, this is much more spikier than the Spanish. You definitely see the line, and it's much more rounded, gives you like a blur effect, and the main focal point is actually on the inner part of the eye again as well, which is very similar to the real ring. But with this one, it actually blends out nicely onto your natural eye color, which means that if you have like dark brown like me, then the outer part of the eye will be like dark brown, and the inner part you see the eye color contact you have put on. So for me right now, I've put on the hazel, but from far away you can see, you can't really see much, it looks pretty natural, but close up you can see the spikiness on the inner part, and blend out you can see my natural eye color, which I think is very beautiful. But the reason why I rate this as number 4 is because even if I use like a hazel, which is the closest natural color, you can see that it's very yellowy on me, and it definitely doesn't look natural for me at all. You can definitely tell I'm wearing contact lens, but again, this Scandi line gets so much compliment because of how beautiful it is and how easy, beautiful, simple looking and natural looking it is because of the diameter and the design as well. The next one is number 3, which is the Spanish line, and again might be surprising for you guys, but the Spanish also have similar colors. So it has olive, peach, gray, brown, and sky. And this one, the price differences for the daily ones are the same, but for the monthly one, this is actually cheaper, and the monthly one is actually $24. Now again, as I mentioned, if you compare the design between the Spanish and the Scandi, the Spanish is definitely much more natural, because even though it has spikes, it's actually very subtle, very light looking, and then in between you get some other colors as well, which means when you put it on your eye, it just blends everything so smoothly and so nicely. And again, the brown, I would have to say I like this brown more than the Scandi hazel, just because this brown actually is much more natural on me, because you see a little bit of that hazel, you see a little bit of that dark brown, and it just looks very, very pretty on me. And so yeah, and I have to say that this Spanish line is probably like the most classic or oldie lens from OLENS, but also like one of their best sellers as well. Number 2 is actually the Tint-I collection, and I absolutely love this one. But first, let's talk about the colors first. So it comes in 2 different colors, brown and gray, and the graphic diameter for this is actually a little bit large, 13.1. However, I actually don't feel it enlarging on my eyes at all. I felt like it's like the perfect diameter for me. And then for this one only comes in monthly, which is 24 USD dollars. Now in terms of this design, I absolutely love it because it really gives you that beautiful blur effect but also a watercolor effect. Imagine using a watercolor paint and you paint it and you see a little bit of water, you see with that paint going in, you see with that swirl, but they all blend nicely but also very blur looking. This is exactly how this contact lens look like, and I have to say the brown is absolutely beautiful. It's so mesmerizing and it's so natural on my eyes. It gives me a bit of that light brown on my eyes just to lighten up my eye color a bit more, but once you put it together, honestly it looks so beautiful. It gives you a little bit of that oomph on your eyes to like make your eyes pop a bit more, to give you a bit of that pattern. It just looks so mesmerizing. That's all I can say. Mesmerizing, beautiful, love it so much. So the number one most natural contact lens that I found in OLENS would actually be the EyeTeen collection. So this EyeTeen collection actually comes in 3 colors: brown, grey and cocoa brown. And the graphic diameter for this is actually 12.8, which is surprisingly bigger than the Scandi and the Spanish as well, and the real ring. But when you actually put in your eyes, it doesn't feel that enlarging at all, or I feel like it's not enlarging at all. And the reason for this is because this design only emphasizes the border, so the outer part. And when you actually look at the contact lens before actually putting it on, you can see how slim the design is on the outer part. It actually doesn't have a lot of design to it, and the main focal point is to actually accentuate the outer part. So it's trying to give you that border, like that enlargement, but also giving you a little bit of hint of like brown color as well. And the reason why I said this is the most natural is because it features 2 different brown shades. If you're looking for natural contact lens for dark brown eye color or light brown, this would be it for you. And so I felt like this one is definitely very natural for me, especially the chocolate brown, because when I first put the chocolate brown on, or every time I put the chocolate brown on, I feel like I'm not wearing contact lens, and sometimes I doubt myself and I try to like pinch it out because I worried that I may have dropped the contact lens or misplaced it or whatever, because it really doesn't feel like I'm wearing any contact lens on my eyes. But if I compare one with and one without, then I can see, okay, yeah, the one that is enlarging is the one that I have contact lens on, and that's how natural I feel it is on my eyes, and I absolutely love it. However, with this collection, I just have to feature that the chocolate brown is the most natural. However, the brown, the grey has a little bit of different design to it, and I feel like because the chocolate brown design is so subtle, it's so light, but if you compare brown and grey, which is much more brighter, it looks completely different. So I'll show you guys here as well, but I have to say the brown is still very natural if you have like lighter eye color compared to me. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think. Also let me know down below which one you find the most natural contact lens from OLENS for you as well, because I would definitely love to know. If you guys would like to see the HAPAKRISTIN version, let me know as well, because that will be actually interesting to do a review on, because I feel like HAPAKRISTIN don't have like a lot of lenses like this compared to OLENS. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, put it down below as well. I would love to know, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.